Answering the call to build more affordable housing, the strategy that could help San Diego leaders cut through the red tape.
The thing that makes the Fringe Festival the most unique is that it gives artists of all kinds a platform that's uncensored to present their work.
All the world is a stage. See the sights and sounds of San Diego Fringe.
I'm Jean Guerrero, KPBS Fronteras reporter, and I'm currently in a drug tunnel under the U.S.-Mexico border on the U.S. side. We're here to find out how these tunnels have been changing in recent years. KPBS Evening Edition starts right now.
Good evening, and thanks for joining us. I'm Ebony Monet. The Department of Defense is debuting a new online program for victims of sexual trauma. The app is a new way to tackle a long-standing issue in the military. KPBS military reporter Steve Walsh has the story.
We treat any kind of mental health condition.
For a decade, Carolyn Alder directed the military sexual trauma program at the VA in San Diego before leaving in the spring for private practice.
This is one of our therapy rooms right now.
She's watched the military become better at confronting the issue.
We know that trauma has a cumulative effect, and we know people are not effectively maneuvering in their lives, and they're not going to be as effective doing anything, including being warriors, if they have untreated PTSD, if they have untreated post-traumatic stress disorder.
The new online program is aimed specifically at sexual trauma that happened before people entered the military. Research shows people entering the military have a higher rate of trauma, including sexual trauma, than the rest of the population. Allowing people the option of starting their treatment online could make it easier for some people to take that first step to seek treatment.
There's some evidence that, yes, some of the online programs that have been developed have been shown to be effective with some people.
So you think this could work?
Yeah, I do.
The Building Hope program is part of a Department of Defense-wide effort authorized by the Secretary of Defense back in 2015. The app is available through Apple or Android under Safe Helpline. Steve Walsh, KPBS News.
As President Trump looks to build stronger barriers along the border, cartels in Mexico are looking for better ways in. KPBS Fronteras reporter Jean Guerrero travels to the Otay Mesa border, where she gets a first-hand look at how drug smuggling tunnels into the U.S. are changing.
Just footsteps east of a cross-border bridge between San Diego and Tijuana lies another cross-border construction, one that runs under instead of over the border fence. This is an exit to a drug tunnel. Cartels built it to smuggle things like pot and cocaine into the U.S. But it was never finished. U.S. federal agencies found it first.
We're here at the U.S.-Mexico border fence. Right on the other side of this fence is where the entrance to the drug tunnel was. You can actually see a structure over there, and inside of that structure, there was a bathroom where the floor functioned as a sort of elevator. Basically, the floor of the bathroom went up and down into the tunnel.
We're about to go underground with Lance Lenoir, captain of the Border Patrol's Tunnel Rats. They're the ones who explore the tunnels found on the U.S. side.
What we do is assess the tunnel, characterize it, go in, pull out evidence, map it, get rid of it.
By get rid of it, he means they plug it with cement. But this one, named the Galvez Tunnel, was left partly intact to train the tunnel rats. There are three main types of tunnels. Interconnecting tunnels link with existing storm drains and sewer lines. Rudimentary tunnels, known as gopher holes, are small, maybe 50 feet long. They're used mostly for human smuggling. Finally, there's sophisticated tunnels. Those can stretch for more than half a mile. They can have lighting, ventilation, and railway systems for moving large volumes of drugs. Most of the sophisticated tunnels found along the border have been centered around San Diego. That's because there's so many warehouses in Otay Mesa, a perfect area to disguise entry and exit points. Galvez was a sophisticated tunnel. The tunnel rats and I get ready for the descent.
Yeah, I don't mind if you want to do it real tight.
Yeah, so if you happen to slip, but you don't see it happening, it just catch you under your arms.
We head into the tunnel.
So if I fall, it'll catch me?
Yeah.
Okay.
Either that will or I will.
Okay, sounds good.
It's just a ladder.
All right.
The tunnel has a depth of about 90 feet. It's 6 feet high and 4 feet wide and relatively easy to move around.
But as you can see, we can stand up here. It's a pretty big tunnel. It's pretty comfortable, although it is hot and humid in here.
The tunnel includes lights and ventilation. It used to have a rail system for transporting drugs more easily, but Border Patrol took that out. Lenoir shows me where they plugged up the south side of the tunnel.
Basically just a steel plate and some sandbags in there supporting it in there to stop the backflow of concrete. Behind that is a lot of concrete.
Tool marks along the wall show the tunnel was made with a mere hammer drill, despite its sophistication.
What kind of tool was used to make this?
Just pure manual labor, blood, sweat, and tears.
Nearly 200 cross-border drug tunnels have been found since 1990, when the U.S. started building the existing border fence.
The more sophisticated and elaborate our border infrastructure has become, the more the smugglers have upped their game.
David Shirk of the Transborder Institute says large criminal organizations like the Sinaloa cartel are building the big tunnels and going as far as consulting with top engineers in Europe to perfect the architecture.
And they have every incentive to do so. If it costs $1 million or $2 million to produce a tunnel like that, they can make that back on the first run.
They're getting smaller.
Back at the Galvez tunnel, Lenoir says tunnels are getting much harder to detect because cartels are making them much smaller. To find the tunnels, Border Patrol currently relies on leads from informants, people who perhaps notice the jackhammer sounds of construction or large piles of dirt.
We got to bring that technology piece. Right now, it's lacking. I mean, we're talking about a niche problem in here that's not really does have any parallel to the commercial or industry standard.
Border Patrol does use sensor technology, but it's not easy to detect the tunnels. The sensors can get thrown off for several reasons, including surface clutter and noise, such as from trucks driving by. There's also radio and electromagnetic interference. And lastly, the geology, made up of porous, sandy, and rocky land, also makes it hard for Border Patrol to form a picture of what's underground. Lenoir says he doesn't know if plans to expand current border fencing will increase or decrease tunneling. But the cartels keep getting more creative in making their tunnels. And Lenoir says he wants to make sure the U.S. gets more creative in finding them. Jean Guerrero, KPBS News.
Following up on the appointment of San Diego County's interim district attorney, Summer Stephan says she's ready to get to work. She told KPBS News this appointment will give her more authority to step up efforts against human trafficking and stop crimes against seniors. Some people consider it a controversial appointment. They say she'll have an unfair advantage when she runs for the job on a permanent basis in 2018. According to Stephan, she had to apply after Bonnie DeManis announced her plans to step down next month.
The job became open, so I've been telling the public I'm the most qualified person to run for DA. It would have been really like talking out of both sides of my mouth to then not apply for the job. And because what the board decided is who's the most qualified, it was essential that I remain consistent and truthful, which is I believe that I'm the best person for the job, not because of some magical thing I have, but because of my performance track record and my vision.
24 people showed up to yesterday's supervisors meeting, all endorsing Stephan for the job. That included people touched by cases she helped prosecute, like the principal of Kelly Elementary School in Carlsbad, the site of a shooting in 2010. The family of Stephanie Crow was also there, the 12-year-old girl who was killed in her Escondido bedroom 19 years ago. Stephan prosecuted the murder case. It ended in an acquittal.
My daughter Stephanie's in a grave. She was murdered. Her killer got away with it. I think it would have been a lot different if Summer Stephan had not been assigned to the case.
Says she did everything by the book from the moment she got the case.
I acknowledge the pain that the family feels. I'm the face that's associated with the case. But there is a clear record from 2 courts of appeals that have dismissed me out of civil suits. Millions of dollars were paid out for errors in this case, but they were paid out on behalf of others that made the errors. The courts dismissed me out because my conduct was the right conduct. There was nothing wrong that I did. Does that make it a good thing? Never, because there wasn't justice for this little girl.
Stephan officially steps into the interim DA position on July 8th. New developments on a California law requiring police to hold impounded vehicles for 30 days. Today, a federal appeals court ruled against it. According to a 3-panel judge, law enforcement must provide a valid reason to hold people's vehicles, and they cannot automatically impound them for a set period. The court finds the law violates the Fourth Amendment prohibition against unreasonable seizures. San Diego Mayor Kevin Faulconer is proposing a host of reforms aimed at kickstarting the development of affordable housing. KPBS reporter Eric Anderson has details.
We need to build more housing in San Diego.
San Diego Mayor Kevin Faulconer says the city will begin tracking housing inventory. It's one of a dozen strategies that he says will ease the regulatory burden on projects aimed at boosting density and increasing access to affordable housing. The strategies include streamlining environmental reviews, changing rules to incentivize affordable housing projects, and changing parking rules for dense housing units in transit corridors. Faulconer calls the ideas a starting point.
I have no doubt that as we move forward and with the input of our city council members, we will continue to add new ideas and refine this package as it moves forward and as the public weighs in.
Faulconer says there is broad support for change among business leaders, politicians, and housing advocates, and the need is certainly there. San Diego City Councilman Chris Ward says the city needs about 75,000 more homes to meet the demand for housing. The number of building permits each year is down to several thousand a year, even as demand continues to increase. Ward says building more homes is important, but building affordable homes is the key.
We're taking a big step forward on making sure that the housing we build is the housing we need. Not just the sheer number, but at all price points that make San Diego affordable for everyone who help make it great.
And this is an important enough issue for the City Council to call a special meeting July 24th to talk about it. Eric Anderson, KPBS News.
The San Diego housing market saw a big jump on two fronts in May, in the number of homes sold and in the price. The May report from CoreLogic shows the number of homes sold in San Diego County was up more than 14% compared to April. And as lots of buyers chase few available homes, prices continue to rise. The California Association of Realtors says the median home price for a single-family home was up 16% in May compared to the month before, reaching $605,000. Google cars will soon be able to snap more than just a view of the streets. Getting a picture of your neighborhood's air quality is now in the works. Researchers with the Environmental Defense Fund and the University of Texas Austin have joined forces with Google to grab detailed maps of air pollution in Oakland.
We already have some data on the hot spots because of the community's own work, but we're going to get that much more, and then we'll be able to work with our regulators and to figure out, all right, how do we more that kind of surgical precision of trying to deal with those pollution sources, identifying what they are, and really improving the air quality in block by block in West Oakland.
This pilot project is the first of its kind. Well, get ready to jump off a cliff. La Jolla skies filled with paragliders today. Strong winds helped them float among the clouds near UC San Diego. The coast stays mild as the rest of San Diego heats up. Erin Calandra has tonight's forecast.
We're still in a heat advisory until 9 o'clock tonight, so things are still cooking, especially in those deserts. As we take a look right now, though, at the satellite and radar, we don't see really anything going on around the county, so it's very quiet as far as precipitation. And as we take a wider look, well, all of California is really in this dry spell right now. Very warm conditions without any rain in sight. For tonight, it's going to be comfortable. 65 degrees for the overnight low, partly cloudy skies, and those clouds clouds are actually helping us to stay cool along the coast here during the day. So as we look at Oceanside and San Diego here along the coast, more clouds than inland, and we also see a difference in the temperatures. So Oceanside 62, San Diego 65. Inland, though, Borrego Springs, the low is nearly 80 degrees for tonight. So still very warm here. We have this high pressure system in place. This is just sucking all this hot air up from the south, dumping it into the deserts and keeping us very toasty here. Along the coast, though, as I said, it is much more comfortable for many people. Temperatures even in the 70s in San Francisco. So for tomorrow, we are expecting some low clouds in the morning. They will break up for some sunshine throughout the day. Inland, though, Mount Laguna noticeably cooler today than it was yesterday. Temperatures at 87. Borrego Springs is still holding strong here in the 100s, 113 degrees. So we're just baking here in the deserts. Ramona 94 and Alpine 91 degrees. As we take a look nationally, we are seeing flooding issues all across the deep south. Up to 12 inches in places due to this tropical storm Cindy. Meanwhile, on the west coast, though, we are going to remain dry and hot for the weekend. So if you can make it to the beach, you might want to do that. It's going to be comfortable along the coast. Temperatures in the 70s with plenty of sunshine. Inland, a bit warmer. We're in the mid-80s for much of the week, nearly 90 by Sunday with sun. In the mountains, well, Friday we dipped down to 84, then we're back up to the upper 80s with lots of sunshine. And in the deserts, the hottest day is Sunday, 115 degrees. For KPBS News, I'm Erin Calandra.
Surfers, I need you to paddle fast, I need you to hug the pier, and I need you to go all the way to the point of Rubies.
Okay, there we go. That's our
Surf's Up. More than 500 people set the new Guinness World Record for the largest surf paddle-out. They held hands while forming a circle at Huntington Beach. Surfers showed up despite strong currents, large waves, and cloudy skies. This comes after the Olympics has named surfing a category for the 2020 Games. A look at San Diego from the eyes of someone arriving here for the first time. My First Day is a new podcast series sharing the stories of people from someplace else who now call San Diego home. I sat down with the creator and host, Andrew Bracken, to find out more. Andrew, tell us a little bit about My First Day.
It's a podcast series that focuses on people not originally from San Diego and their stories of how they came to be here and call San Diego home.
I had one bad memory when I was a kid. I guess I was playing around the home and I was chased by a bunch of stray dogs. And it was one of the security guards or somebody walking there and found me, a 3-4-year-old boy that is just chased by dogs, and he just rescued me.
Lots of my friends, lots of people I know are not originally from here, so I started to hear people's stories, and I just thought it was an interesting jumping off point to take the first day, even if it's just a detail of a memory, a small detail, that might have some resonance into people's lives today.
And everyone has a story, so how did you decide on which voices to use for this project?
The goal was to be as broad as possible. So not just public figures. So we do have some public figures, some former politicians, some former leaders in the community, but also just everyday average people that live here.
And what do you think the benefit is of hearing these first-person accounts?
For me, it just kind of makes me a little more grounded and makes my connection to San Diego a little bit more solidified. It's really nice to learn more about your neighbors, and you might not know anything about, someone, and then you go in their house and you discover this whole backstory that you never knew you had. And that's kind of something that I keep finding and I'm fascinated by. I've always felt like San Diego, there's more to San Diego than often appears, right? Like we have the beaches and the surf and all that stuff, and I love it. But I think there's a lot more there and a lot more stories there that aren't always at the surface, and you have to dig around a little bit to get to them.
And speaking of stories, can you give an example of one of the stories or accounts that sticks out?
Just to give one upcoming episode is former Councilwoman Donna Fry, who actually came here as a young child. And it was really powerful, and you can see right off the bat how she connected to the environment, and that's kind of what her story is about.
When I think about how those types of experiences shaped me to where I am now, I think a lot of it about the ocean and the canyons. I think when we were kids, you go in the ocean to get healthy. As we fast forward, say, to the 90s, you got to the point where you didn't go in the ocean because you get sick.
And that, continued to her work, her political work and her environmental work. So that was one story that stood out.
Where can people enjoy My First Day?
Basically, any podcast app, NPR One, Stitcher, Apple Podcasts, you can subscribe to My First Day there. You can also find us on the KPBS site, kpbs.org/myfirstday.
Andrew, thank you so much.
Thank you.
My First Day is produced as part of the KPBS Explore Project, an initiative to bring original content directly from and about the San Diego community. It launched today. To have your story considered, email myfirstdaystories@gmail.com. Coming up on PBS NewsHour, more than 1 million California residents rely on Medicaid. New reports reveal the Obamacare replacement bill could hit hard for families in the state.
It helps us survive, basically. I mean, before this, we were in debt. We don't spend a lot of extra money, and all the money we spend is on Max.
And Republicans celebrate Georgia's special election win. That's tonight on PBS NewsHour, starting at 7, right here on KPBS. San Diego International Fringe Festival takes its cue from the more than half-century-old Edinburgh Festival Fringe. KPBS reporter Beth Accomando says the 11-day event serves up a smorgasbord of entertainment, ranging from dance and music to puppets and circus.
So what's this Fringe thing?
Wow. Well, it's definitely a place where you can do your own thing, which we really appreciate.
Every hour and a half, it's a different group of performers and a different show. In between each hour-long show, we have 30 minutes to turn the house and turn the set and bring it for all new actors.
I love Fringe because it's truly an open access form of theater. It takes all kinds of theater and it generally keeps it at a low ticket prices accessible to everyone.
We write all of our own material, and it's really fun to be in an environment of people who are not just actors, but they're devisers, writers, directors, creators, promoters. We kind of get to wear all the hats.
Fringe is circus.
We tell stories through movement. That's what we do as circus artists. It involves dance, it involves aerial, it involves ground acrobatics.
Through circus, we have this ability to move in unique ways, especially because with circus, as opposed to dance or maybe some other art forms, we have apparatus that we perform on. And so now we have an object we can interact with. We have people we can interact with. And so that opens up all these avenues for expression.
It's also dance.
We are a unique company in that we are a group of professional dancers who are also professional aerialists. Dance, of course, is a form of expression through movement. There are no words in this aerial ballet. It's all expressed through our aerial dancing and our groundwork.
It's physical comedy, too.
We're physical comedians, so not so much dialogue, but a lot of slapstick. We do some acrobatics. Some people have compared us to sort of silent film style comedies.
It's music. Simply put, it's 11 days of eyeball-busting shows.
Come on, you can do better than that over here.
For the 5th year, San Diego Fringe assaults the senses with a widely diverse array of work featuring 500 performances by more than 100 different artists at 30 different venues on both sides of the border.
We're the only festival happening in 2 different countries, so we're the only binational fringe festival in the world.
It showcases artists from as far east as Italy and as far west as Japan. The performers display ingenuity not only on stage, but also in the spaces they choose to use.
We have a production that'll be taking place at an Airbnb, production that will be meeting on the corner of 5th and G, only taking 1 audience member at a time. Another production taking place in the bar at the Bristol Hotel.
Fringe is designed to address the inequity felt by artists who feel excluded from the mainstream. So Fringe programming is unjuried and uncensored.
The thing that makes the Fringe Festival the most unique is that it gives artists of all kinds a platform that's uncensored to present their work. It is unjuried. I mean, we don't get to pick and choose. We don't say, oh, well, I like this group, let's put them in. Everybody that applies for the Fringe Festival pretty much has the same chance of getting in as anybody else.
Looking at the program with its hundreds of options can be daunting, but here are some tips. First, you need to get a Fringe tag to begin the festival experience.
100% of our ticket proceeds go to the artist. So in order to support the festival, we have these little tags that we sell for $5, which is what promotes the festival.
Then you need a sense of adventure.
The way of fringing the most successfully would be to just dive in.
The other thing is to come to the festival with a really open mind and go see something that you would not normally see.
And make sure you talk to other people at the festival.
It's easy to walk up to somebody and say, hey, what did you see? Did you see something that was really good? What would you recommend? That's a really great way to get an idea of what you want to go see.
The 2017 San Diego International Fringe Festival promises sensory overload with shows that cost a mere $10 a pop.
Each show is $10 in 1 hour. It's a great way of seeing a lot of different variety of shows and just within a few days.
And where else are you going to find a mashup zombie musical? Beth Hickamondo, KPBS News.
You can find tonight's stories on our website, kpbs.org/evening edition. Thanks for joining us. Have a great evening.